You know, it takes a lot to put together a course like the one I'm working on now on Bulletproof bookkeeping for property flippers and owners. And I thought it might be fun to take you through a little behind the scenes look at exactly what goes into the production of a course like this. And it definitely starts with having good software that you can use to keep yourself organized so that at all times you know exactly where you're at. You know, to take a page out of David Allen's book, the author of Getting Things Done, at any given time when you're working on any kind of project, it's really important to know what's the next thing I need to do. And on a project like this, there's a few pieces that are kind of running simultaneously. We have, of course, the development of the course itself, but then we also have the marketing part where I have to let you know, hey, I'm doing a course and here's what the course is about and here's why you might want to check it out, right? So I have a very detailed project here in Notion that lays it all out for me, and I can expand this, and here's the outline and development, right? And you can see I've got a lot of it in progress, obviously. If I scroll back down, I have just the design component where my design guy goes in, and anything I need him to do, I just kind of assign it to him within here and he gets it done. And then I just have resources like along the way as I'm building the course, there's a lot of links and things that I need quick access to, right? The front end of the course so I can take a look and see what it looks like. The back end of the course, which is where I have to go to upload the videos and do everything I need to do. The local file folder, Bubble Up is an app that I use which is where my screenshots are actually stored. So when you're looking at a lesson in the course and there's a screenshot and you want to click for a larger, higher res version, you're basically getting taken over to a version of that image that lives in Bubble Up. That's what it gets linked to. We have our early bird wait list here. This is so I have the link handy whenever I'm sending an email out saying, hey, you know, join the early bird wait list. And this is a link to that sort of confirmation page. So all the resources I need, and this will actually continue to grow right until the day the course is launched. You know, I'll be continually adding more things. So you can see I've got, you know, this pretty well outlined here. Over here, I give myself access to the links I need. So if I'm going to dive in and work on the lessons, I can click on, and this is actually, depending on where you click, it makes a difference. So if I want to, you can see I've got two different links here. If I want to click in any of the blank space around it, it will give me the list. So I can see this is that link to that Bubble Up folder, so I can get right in there, all right? And if I click there, you'll see I've got a folder for each of the lessons, and obviously each lesson's screenshot goes in its appropriate folder. And then this takes me over to the project for the course outline itself, right? So here is where I track all the lessons, and over here I indicate, you know, what's ready to edit. I've made some notes. I need to go back and record another little segment that needs to be edited into the video. You know, all of this is right here. And of course, if I click into any of these, like let's look at the enter the property purchases part. I go in here and I give myself everything I need right at my fingertips. And this is all, you know, thanks to Notion. So over here, I've got links to documents and templates. Here's the document, the Google Doc, where I've actually written up the write-up for the lesson. Over here is the template that people are going to get access to. As you can see, I've designed a replica of a HUD-1 or a final settlement statement that gets used when you purchase. I make my notes here, right? And then if I close this and go back to the outline and we look at the one for the sale, you know, again, same idea. But this template's even more robust because there's more to do. You know, at this point, we're selling the property. We have to calculate our gain or loss. And then we're going to prepare a journal entry so that by the time we're ready to go into QuickBooks Online, it's just done. It's ready for us. So a course like this obviously takes many, many, many hours to produce. And the whole key, like I said, is just keeping it all really organized. And then going back to the first thing I said, it's really at any given time, I have to be able to look at this and know this is the next thing I have to do today. It takes all the stress out of it so that everything runs along very smoothly. I'm often running on a very tight timeline. Like I know, you know, I in theory should be well ahead of where I'm at now, but I'm not worried about it because I've got this so dialed in, and realistically I know exactly what needs to be done and when, and for that matter, if and when I need to put extra time in to make sure that I'm not late getting courses out, getting lessons ready, so that when we launch on our planned date, which happens to be March 4th, I should be 100% dialed in and ready to go. So anyway, if you thought this was interesting, you know, please share your comments wherever you're watching this, and I would love to answer any questions you may have about the process, of course, about the course itself. And certainly if you're interested in signing up, get on the early bird waitlist. I'll make sure I have that link available for you wherever you might happen to be watching this, so you can get on that list. And it just means you'll be the first to know as soon as the course goes live. You'll get first dibs on getting in the first sort of round of people that I onboard into the course.